Hey guys, I'm Han. This is my wife Kelly. We are Han Meditation.
Hello.
We're back with another video, interesting video and topic, because a lot of people don't even realize, but I'm actually a second-degree black belt in Hapkido. I've done martial arts since I was a kid. And I also did judo. I was training in MMA, and I was training in a lot of different styles like Tai Chi. Nowadays, it's common to do a lot of styles. Back whenever I was fighting, it was not common because I went to the Arnold Classic, which is in Columbus, Ohio, every year because we live in Ohio. And I actually competed at those tournaments with my siblings as well. So I did forms, I did sparring, all that. And we took home gold medals and stuff too. So we were actually really good at it. And it's just interesting to me how so many disciplined and great fighters are Muslim. So I wanted to watch this video and see what the perspective is on that. So let's go ahead and watch it and check it out.
You commentate on MMA and stuff. Like, I think a lot of the fighters, especially coming out of the Dagestan region and stuff like that, and I think they have this.
One of my best mates who trains me, he was a Team GB boxer, and he said to me once, he went, I envy religious fighters because they go to another place sometimes that I just can't go to. Like,
that's true.
because he's like, they're in the ring. I'm in the ring thinking, I might die here. They're in the ring, like, they think God is protecting them and they're on this mission.
If you think about how Islam expanded, you had a group of people in the Arabian desert who took over the Persian Empire and took over the Roman Empire, the two biggest empires almost the world has ever known. How did they do that? Because they did not fear death. It's as simple as that. In fact, Abu Bakr Siddiq, who is the best friend of the Prophet Muhammad, he had a beautiful saying. He said that, don't care about dying or even want to die, like in other words, want to die, then life will present itself to you. But when you have that mentality, that is a way in which you can live a life which, to be honest with you, is the most brave potential life. Like, you can take risks that you would never otherwise take because you think death is not the end, it's the beginning. We're saying that if someone was being, sorry to say, sexually assaulted in the street, that have the bravery to stop that. We're saying that if you have a mentality where death is the beginning, your life will change completely, like on its head.
There was a quote that I brought up at that time about Mike Tyson, Mike Tyson was talking about Muhammad Ali, and he went, Muhammad Ali, he was fearless beyond anything I can ever imagine. He was willing to die for what it meant for him. I'm watching Muhammad Ali really sacrifice himself for his people and put himself out there as heavyweight champion of the world and go, do what you want. Shoot me, take me. I'm not going to be a tool for what you guys want me to be, which is basically he wanted to stand up for his people no matter what it cost him.
I think a lot of these people like Muhammad Ali, Khabib Nurmagomedov, I think to maybe a lesser extent, more extent, we don't know. Even Khamzat Chimaev, like these guys, I think they do have that, and it's part of their culture. Even wrestling is a sunnah in the sense that the Prophet, freestyle wrestling was something that was practiced by the Prophet. I do believe that it's made its way into combat sports. This mentality has made its way into combat sports.
1,000,000%. When I first discovered boxing, it was Prince Nassim Hamed who was the superstar. And he was the McGregor of his day. He was far more entertaining than McGregor. The man was magic. And I think he's kind of been forgotten by modern day.
He's probably one of the best boxers, British boxers of all time, right?
Mate, unbelievable. And I remember at the end of his fights saying to Allah and all of that sort of stuff, and we're not feeling powerful anymore. We're losing what it was to be a man back in the day. And then you have this wave of combat sports of true alpha males who are also talking about their religion and specifically Islam. Let's be real, there's not a lot of Christian guys talking about it. It is.
I mean, but to be fair, if you look at the UFC champions, most of the champions have either been Muslim or Christian. I don't think there's many hardcore atheist champions. Like, if you think about it, Pereira, by the way, is a Muslim. The one who just...
Oh, really? Yeah.
He done his shahada. You know, he's a Muslim as well.
He's a massive guy.
I'm not saying therefore there's a causation. I'm saying there's something to be said about, is it the case that religious fighters, because you're seeing from lightweight, featherweight, flyweight, up until heavyweight.
You were talking about discipline earlier. If you guys live that way, discipline. If there's anything about Khabib that comes across as, you know, when that Khabib-McGregor thing happened, I was sort of blinded by the razzmatazz of Conor McGregor. And I mean, who was he was beating up old men in pubs. I was like, I can't support this. At the time, I was like, Khabib, he's not that charismatic, and his style is very much, it's not as dynamic as McGregor was, or easy on the eye, you know. But as the years have gone on, You see McGregor's gone down the pleasure-seeking road. Khabib still dresses like, just a normal guy. Yeah, he's obviously got the money. I mean, they're just polar opposites. I guess I heard a real nice quote from Islam Makhachev, who basically said, there was a time where something went wrong. We couldn't afford hotels, and Khabib just went, I'm covering everything, guys. He pays for his whole team. When he was seeing his dad pass away, what he's then grown into being is the father figure of all these Muslim Dagestani fighters.
Yeah.
I guess I have to take my hat off to him and just say fair play to you.
Wow. Number one, I didn't know Alex Pereira is Muslim. That's new to me. That's crazy. He's looking like the GOAT right now. Obviously John Jones is like the GOAT, but he is looking unbeatable right now. And I really like one of the quotes he said where it said, when you don't care about dying, life will present itself to you, because that's really whenever I had my awakening, whenever I was going through my health journey, I had stage 5 kidney disease, and, they were telling me I wasn't going to get better. I knew that I was going to get better. I got a message from Jesus that said, I need to let God in. And I need to let them in. And it was like, Jesus was my big brother. And I knew that if I let God in, anything could happen, and Allah would heal me. So I let God into my life, and then I was healed. But in that moment, in those times, I went to a place mentally where I did not care if I lived or died anymore, because I knew that I trusted God. I trusted Allah so fervently, so strongly, that there was nothing that could stop me. I did not care if I died. If I died, then I was happy to die, because that is what Allah wanted from me. He wants me to die. So I will gladly die for Allah in that moment. That is where my brain was at. And whenever you're at that point in your life, you are free beyond any imagination. Whenever you know that you trust God so much that you will die for God. If that makes sense. It wasn't something where, I want to die. I want, nothing like that. I didn't want to become a martyr. I want to die. Nothing. It was just to the point where I trusted God so much that I said, I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And if I die, then so be it. And there's power in that.
There is power in that, because a lot of times when people are atheists or just don't really like religion or necessarily, God, and people get a hang up about, having to submit to the will of God, if you want to call it that, and kind of surrender to the will of God over what you think you want, essentially. You know what I mean? And people have a problem with that. Why do I have to submit to God? Why would they want that, etc.? And that's the thing, right? It's not submitting. It's actually just a surrendering, and it's actually extremely, extremely freeing, because you're letting go of the attachments. You know what I mean? Like, it's not that you want to die. It's that you trust so much that if you die right now, it's just truly what's meant to be. You know what I mean? Like, exactly, you just, well, this is when I'm meant to die. Like, why would I fight it? You know what I mean? Like, God is the best of planners. I'm going to fight with God's plan about when it's my time to die. No, it's fine. Like, everything is for the greater good. And then you just get into this surrender, and it is essentially the same thing as manifesting, when people say you manifest and etc. Like, you have got to let go. You can visualize it, the most perfect imagination, picture of what you believe is absolute best for you. But then you got to let it go.
Exactly.
And it's because we have so much free will here that if we want to be in charge of and hold on to what our vision is best, then that's fine. God's going to let us make that happen. But if we let go of that and give the free will truly to God, then that is when the very best can happen. And, in religion and with fighters, there's discipline is huge. And discipline is so, so important for just human conduct, you know what I mean? Like, outside or even religion, anything, because you grow and you get what you want by doing things you don't want to do, that feel not good, that feel uncomfortable. These fighters are going in getting so tired every day. It feels so uncomfortable. They're getting beat up. It hurts. You know, I mean, this is not stuff your mind saying, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this constantly. And they are fighting through it. And Islam really teaches that as well, you know, that pushing through the discomfort is how you get to the other side. It's just like kind of the as above, so below concept, you know what I mean? So we see that in religion too, and you're living for something greater. So you have this huge motivation to push through. You don't have these attachments to keep you away, and you're pushing through because of the discipline. And, you know, he brings up like Conor McGregor, how it seems he kind of went down the more path of just, you know, kind of getting him to more, exactly, that kind of do what thou will, if you will, you know what I mean? Essentially the saying of Satanism and our culture is, at least Western world, is like getting more and more into that. And people are pushing away from the discipline and the discomfort, you know, and they're just going into what feels good, the immediate gratification, you know what I mean? But we have to have discipline. And that's why these people are the winners. Because if you want to get the biggest win, you have to go through the most discomfort.
If you want to get the biggest win, you have to be closer to God.
Exactly.
If you're not close to God, you're not going to win. So that's what people, hey, if you're close to God, you're up right now. And that's why a lot of Muslims are up right now, because they're close to God. A lot of other religions, like he said, Christians and Muslims, a lot of Christians and Muslims are champions. You know, a lot of Christians and Muslims win. But Muslims specifically, because they actually believe what they say and they have the discipline behind it. So there's a powerful thing going on, guys. There's a change happening, and we're all a part of that change. That's why you just liking the video, you watching it is enough. But I have to thank everybody that's been donating to the channel, even $1, 1 cent, $100. It doesn't matter. Thank you guys so much. It just lets us know that we're on the right path, and we love you guys. We appreciate you. We're so grateful to all of you, every single one of you. We appreciate it. If you got to the end of this video, I promise you, I love you. So thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you for watching our channel. We'll see you in the next video.